Alright, hello and welcome everybody back to the South American Championships by TTesports. I'm Revolution 5 here for Truesight TV. It's Res Non-Verba up against Delmo here this afternoon. Only on Azubu TV, of course. Or, of course, if you're watching on the VOD, on YouTube as well. Big shout out to everybody for coming out today. Hopefully we're going to all enjoy the game. I know that majors are on, but hey. One second here. Still excited to have you guys here, though, of course. Let me just make sure I've got the stream assigned in the right places so we do pull in some viewers, hopefully. One moment, and we'll get looking at the draft for real here. Looks like we do have Shadow Fiend and Earthshaker coming up for, there we go. Res Non-Verba. Delmo will be bringing out the Undying. So, that'll be very useful as well. Being able to keep heroes alive and pressure team fights. They've already got some pretty great team fight and possibly just supports. It could also be an offlane Undying though. Shaker could also be offlane. We're going to see Shadow Fiend probably in the mid, although we could see him elsewhere.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
So, yeah. Once again, you're watching Truesight TV on Azubu, so azubu.com/TruesightTV. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook at Truesight TV, and also on YouTube at Truesight TV. If you missed a game at all, you can check that out.
Radiant team back.
So, don't forget to go check it out. I mean, we do see Night Stalker and Gyro Band out. I need to get something to drink.
10
Oh,
seconds
there.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Okay, I'm trying to make sense of our schedule. We do have 4 matches coming up tomorrow. That's going to be Roar of Victory versus GG, which is Geophysics Gaming, at 1 p.m. Eastern. Virus Nirvana up against Steel at 3 p.m. Eastern. At 5 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Virtus Legion versus LCG. And then at 7 p.m., our grand finale for the day, it's going to be Lucchini versus Flogic. As our closer for the night. So a long day indeed tomorrow, but it should be interesting. There were originally 2 more games scheduled today. Made in Brazil up against Golden Elements Gaming was at 3 p.m., which we were going to be able to cast, but of course that has been rescheduled to later. We'll get an actual date on that when we can, of course. Also, we have VJ? It's VJ. Oh, Vajugar up against Arctic, which is not going to be casted in English unless a miracle happens. Simply because we're not going to be able to cover it. I'm very sorry about that, guys, but it is going to be the case. And I believe with this match we do have bets on Dota 2 Best Yellow? No? Usually we do. That's a little interesting, but there are bets on the Arctic game later, of course, but Yeah. Anyways, Queen of Pain and Juggernaut getting banned out here. Should be pretty standard stuff coming out. Juggernaut's been picked up quite a few times. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I've got a streams assigned for tomorrow.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
So Ancient Apparition is actually going to be up for Resonant Verba. So a hero who does very well up against Winter Wyvern, in my opinion. Cancels out that heal nicely. The ulti as well, stopping the heal from Cold Embrace. Excuse me, will be very nice as well. Nah, crap. I hit the wrong button there. There we go. Just making sure we've got the matches ready to go for tomorrow. As well as Templar Assassin being picked up on the side of Delmo, though. This is a matchup against Shadow Fiend that does pretty well up against the SF. Not perfect, but it does do okay.
Reserve time.
And Clockwork will be the pickup for Resonant Verb as well. This is a hero we've been seeing a lot more as of late. It's a little interesting to see here. I am going to try to pull up TTesports and check his win rate. Which is sitting right at 50.5%. 98 wins, 96 losses over 194 games this patch. So, pretty unpredictable, honestly. He does okay, but he doesn't do great. Shadow Shaman being picked up as well. Now, this is a hero who has risen in popularity quite a bit. His pushing power is very good to help close out the game. However, I don't think we've seen him win that many games.
5 seconds remaining.
As I'm having trouble finding him here.
Radiant team banned.
Okay. Really, though. Yeah, he does have 11 wins and 15 losses on this patch. I still consider him a pretty good hero if you've got this aggressive need to end the game early kind of lineup with the Undying, the Templar Assassin, the Shadow Shaman.
5 seconds remaining.
You definitely don't want to have to take things too late if you can help it.
Reserve time.
Excuse me. That would be the pickups there. Lycan actually being banned out by Resonant Verba. They know that this team wants to push. They want to end the game early. And they'll ban out the Phantom Lancer as well on the side of Delmo, which can be a problem. It's a little surprising that we've even seen Phantom Lancer win that many games at all. Excuse me. I don't know what is going on in the background there.
Radiant team pick.
But Slark will be the final pickup here for Resonant Verba, so quite a bit interesting there. We are also going to see Viper picked up by Delmo as their final pickup. This is a hero who can push fairly well and get things done pretty early indeed. Once again, though, I'm SP Revolution 5, solo casting here today for you, but happy to be here once again. And just a moment here. I'm trying to figure out... Huh. I know there's a way to do that, but... Huh. We are waiting on one player to choose his hero, so we'll be just a moment here, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to go too well right now. Sorry about that. Trying to see if I can get a little production value going on here, but... unfortunately is not gonna happen just yet. So in terms of draft, considering the 5th pick from Resnon Verba, what was it? Crap. It was a hard carry. Let me just take a look at that. Slark, of course. Could be good. They do have a lot of hard lockdown for the Slark, who's now made it into our game, and we'll be getting started very shortly. So, once again, though, I am SP Revolution 5, going to be bringing you the match here on Truesight TV on Azubu, home of the TTesports South American Championships. Delmo playing Resnon Verba. On the side of Delmo, we do have Dulce on the support Winter Wyvern. Bauer is going to be here on your Shadow Shaman. Sacha. GG Sacha is going to be on the Templar Assassin. We see Shifu on the Viper, and Arle will be up here on the Undying in the off lane. On the other side of the river, for Resnon Verba, we've got SGG on the Ancient Apparition, Indio Dotto on the Shadow Fiend, Desert on the Slark, GBL is going to be here on your Earthshaker, and last but not least, it's no FX on the Clockwork. Really happy to have you guys here as well. Make sure you hit that follow button. Show us some love. We really appreciate that. And things will be getting started right away here. So, in terms of lineup, I'm going to go ahead and say Resnon Verba have a very solid set of pickups here. Desert's going to be tough to lock down on the Slark. Especially if he can play around the Dark Pact, right? I don't believe he'll be able to purge Viper Strike, but it is nice that they
Let's all remember to have fun.
don't really worry about a BKB hero. And meanwhile, Viper is actually going to get caught out on the bot lane by Clockwork there. With the Chilling Touch, they're able to secure that kill very early on into the game, and it looks like they may have used about 2 raises there as well. So, maybe 3 or so. He's missing a lot of mana, so it must have been 3. Actually, he will get a clarity from Ancient Apparition, and Earthshaker looks like he's going to babysit him for the first little bit of this, just to make sure that laning phase goes really well.
Oh, no.
Sacha getting harassed out a bit here. We do see Indio able to trade hits for a bit, and Winter Wyvern actually finding Slark up on the top lane. Now, this aggressive tri-lane is going to absolutely dominate Slark. He doesn't have the best laning presence. He only has his Pounce to get out of stuff, and even though he does have that, it's not the best escape tool on the block. So,
Denied.
Meanwhile, Desert. He's going to continue farming up here, it looks like. See, we'll get hit with Decay. He's going to lose a lot of his health up here just by the Strength Sap. He's only got 430 HP right now, and that's only with 2 Decays coming out. Now, Clockwork manages to find another kill on the Viper in the bot lane. This should not be happening, in my opinion. I'd like to see Viper pick up a point in Corrosive Scan, although all his harass is not going to do quite as much as Clockwork. Now has his Tranquil Boots, and he can just back up whenever he wants to. And, go for that. Desert keeps getting his Strength Sap. The laning stage is working out for their bot lane, but not for this top lane, as they don't have any real ability to stop the enemy team from jumping on him, especially without the Earthshaker up here. And Shaker is having to babysit Shadow Fiend pretty hard in this middle lane, excuse me, just to make sure he gets some farm. In fact, Shadow Fiend will be only sitting on a couple souls right now. He actually takes a Psyblade hit that hurts a lot. They are gonna deward that, it looks like. Very nicely done there. It'll stop them from spotting Earthshaker rotating in, and that also lets AA, well, he would get a little more regen out of the Tango. Meanwhile, in this bot lane, though, No Effects is definitely affecting the Viper, as he gets yet another kill. They'll get one Arctic Burn hit off, but I don't believe it's going to be enough to bring him down right now. Oh, it's 8% of current health, yeah. Okay, for a second I was thinking that Arctic Burn didn't do any damage, but since it's current health and not maximum health, it did do the right amount of damage, it looks like. Shadow Fiend fakes the raise. He realizes now, though, there is refraction up as they throw down the fissure. Will be able to throw a raise, but it doesn't secure much. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it looks like they are doing some serious tower damage up here with, it looks like Winter Wyvern is rotated down to help out the Viper, who, in a 1v1 lane against any melee hero, should be okay, but let's see how Clockwork is planning to do this. He tries to get the cogs to hit Viper, doesn't quite succeed there, but I'm assuming he's been able to succeed multiple times, as he's already gotten 3 kills up on the Viper. And they forced a rotation here, which lessens the pressure on the Slark quite a bit. Now, in the meantime, Templar Assassin is actually going to find the Earthshaker while he tries to take off Roshan. Not quite going to find it, the deny there, as the glyph is forced out. It's 4 minutes in, and this tower is on the verge of falling. And this is exactly what Delmo's game plan is here. Get an early advantage, start pushing those towers. It's a shame that Viper's behind because he doesn't have great farm potential in the mid game, but he should be able to recover still, or just distract Clockwork from the rest of the team. Shifu, he can't really do too much. I'm not sure why he wasn't even trying to attack the Clockwork there, but he'll end up going down. That's a dominating spree now for the Clockwork, and he has a third as many kills as he does last hits at the moment. He's starting off very well, and yeah, your offlaner is top of the net worth on the Dire team. If they can push hard enough and stop that from being a factor, it's going to be great. The question is, can they? Bauer does have all his spells up, and Desert is only level 4. They're trying to get this Slark some XP, because once he gets his ult, he's going to be very tough to bring down, unless they get a Hex and Shackle off on him before he can even pop that Dark Pact.
Denied.
They will throw down a fissure and a hook shot coming in. Level 6 Clockwork 5 minutes in. This is great. Now, ArchaeaDota is going to be able to bring him down with the raise there. Almost took a lot of damage from those Psyblades. Bauer is actually going to get stunned under his own tower, but not too big a deal when it's only a level 1 Cold Feet. Yeah, there's not much stun duration at all on that at this point. Meanwhile, up top, Dolce in a bit of trouble. They have thrown down a tombstone A little bit of an interesting position for that tombstone, that it's up here kind of behind the tree line, but I believe it was so that they could find Slark behind that tree line as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see GBL. Just getting some XP in the mid lane. Shadow Fiend, why aren't you boosting the courier? Serious question though, if you're bottle crowing, you should be boosting the courier. Unless you're going to walk back to base anyway, but then you're just wasting the courier. Huh. That was an odd moment, to say the least. Viper is starting to get some farm, though. He's back in the spot lane. Looks like he's going to be going for a Ring of Aquila. And Undying having this Basilius. Hopefully TA is just going to leave that at a Wraithband, because then they're going to have way too many Basiliquillas to worry about. Dolce is going to get hit with the hook shot. They will get a refraction up on Sokka as a mega kill streak manages to pick off the Winter Wyvern. Sacha in a lot of trouble. A raise will finish him off, and Delmo are not looking too solid right here, although they are managing to push some. Undying did try to rotate toward the middle lane, wasn't quite going to make it in time. They do, however, have to get something up on this Viper. If they can't get any items up on this Viper, the progression is just going to fall apart. And meanwhile, Shaker actually taking down Shadow Shaman. It's not looking great now for Delmo. They're starting to fall behind quite a bit. Viper is going to be going for what appears to be a... Well, there could be two things. It could be Tranquil Boots. I really hope that's not the case. But if he doesn't watch out about the order he picks up his items, it will turn into Tranquil Boots there. Could also easily be a Hood of Defiance, which would be very nice this game. Maybe not 100% necessary, as it's not going to help you push too hard. They don't have too much nuke damage to absorb up. Shifu getting caught there. They do get a tombstone down inside the cogs with Clockwork. Shifu not quite going to live here. They are getting a lot of damage out with the zombies, but that tombstone will fall now, and there's 3 down with no return kills for Delmo. Delmo's getting absolutely wrecked now. I think that's the nice way to put it. Or the nicest way we can put it. Anyway.
Denied.
This Clockwork is actually almost to a Blade Mail at 10 minutes into the game. It's an incredible start for him. It is just absolutely incredible. Shadowfiend is going to go ahead and bottle up the haste rune, it looks like. So he'll have that to work with, but they're now making the aggressive push. Keeping Delmo off this tower. They did take a very early tier 1 up top, but since then nothing has really been happening in that lane. They've grouped up a lot, and you can see it reflected in the XP that they're just not getting a lot out of this game at the moment. And now TA, her mid tower is being pushed. She just has to back off and doesn't have any ancient stacks to fall back on. Doesn't even have any jungle stacks to fall back on.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
And a hook shot coming in from Clockwork right now. He will get a Hex off, but not for long, as Undying does go ahead and ulti up, drops the tombstone, but they're going ahead and focusing it down. The Echo Slam coming in as well to get them that extra gold. Shifu, he might live here. He's only got 50 HP, though, as he does actually have Tranquil Boots. Very interesting choice there. Arlay is going to fall, as it's a mega kill streak now for the Shadow Fiend. And it's still ownage, if I'm not mistaken. As I haven't seen Delmo pick up a kill in quite a while. And now they're losing even more. Looks like they just lost another as... Well, ArchaeaDota is playing extremely well. He's going to have a mechanism complete with 900 in the bank as well. 12 minutes in on top of Treads. It's fantastic. And there's another one for their team now. The game is not pretty. And this push strat from Delmo just didn't seem to have enough push to make things really work here. We will see Shadow Fiend pick up the mech. And now they find the Viper yet again. It's a monster kill streak for the Clockwork, who has just picked up an urn on top of a 11-minute blade mail, let's say. They are struggling to push a little bit, seeing as Shadow Fiend picking up the mech doesn't give him the best damage, but he does have 1,400 gold, so he can go straight for a Sanjin Yasha and really just make things happen here. So,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
and while Sasha is getting a little bit caught out by Desert here, can they get some shackles out? They're just struggling to stay afloat here. Shellman on very low mana. Doesn't even have his level 6 at 13 minutes in. In fact, very few heroes on this team have much in terms of levels. They're at least being out-leveled by 1 or 2, except for the AA on the enemy team, who surprisingly doesn't have his ult, but that just shows how strong their team fight's going to be when it actually comes online.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Things looking more and more grim as the game goes on. A 10k gold lead at 15 minutes in, as well as an 8k XP lead for Resnon Verba. And Delmo having a bit of trouble here. They did, I believe, I am just going to try to check the score here. Yeah, they only have 1 point. So they have only been able to win 1 point so far. Resnon Verba won their game 2-0. Although I want to say that was against Kawai, which was a def win, if I'm not... if I'm remembering correctly. Shadow Fiend is working on Sanjin Yasha now, and they're going to have this Roshan. The Radiant team even knows it, I believe, but what can they do about it, really? Not much. As Shadow Fiend will only be about 450 gold from that full Sanjin Yasha in just a moment. And that's 15 minutes with a mech and a Sanjin Yasha. This is outstanding farm. Gold per minute, almost 600. Just textbook play from the Shadow Fiend here. Let's see, we'll use his raises to clean up the smaller black dragons. And they may be looking to smoke up here. They will, actually. I believe they may have been spotted by that ward, which would be very unfortunate. They're actually going to spot the TA right now. Whoa, sorry about that. As Hookshot does miss a little bit, but they've got the AA ulti. They've got the Shadow Fiend ult as well, although they don't want to commit that. TA is going to get up and attack a bit here, but gets caught in the cogs. And now going to go down to ArchaeaDota, who still has the ulti available. Will get it off right before, well, the Aegis would be going down. However, he's staying alive here, manages to mech back up. They will lose the Shaker, and they'll probably lose the Shadow Fiend as well, but he does at least have that Aegis to get back up, and that is a full team wipe on the side of Delmo as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And, whoa, was GG called? Okay, GG was called. I missed that. I blinked for a second, I guess, and didn't quite see it. So we can move on to game number 2 very quickly here. Game number 1 being pretty much a stomp. There's not much other way to put it when you've got 10, 11k gold lead at 15 minutes in. So, on this Revolution 5 for Truesight TV, we will be right back.